Thank you, Deputy Speaker, sir, for allowing me to participate. And I rise here to support the motion of thanks on the Governor address. The address reflects a clear and a progressive vision for the people of Meghalaya. It is a roadmap for transformation. Deputy Speaker, sir, I would like to particularly stress and appreciate the government's strong issue and policy in few key areas only: infrastructure development and road connectivity. The government's emphasis on infrastructure is a foundation of growth. Improved road connectivity, rural electrification, water supply scheme, digital expansion are not just projects. They are the instruments of economic empowerment. When roads improve, markets open. When connectivity improves, opportunities expand. When infrastructure grows, livelihoods grow. Deputy Speaker, I must say, it is only during this government that we have witnessed the massive change in the road development across the state. Be in the West Kasil and in Nongstoin in particular, so many schemes under PMGSY, Meghalaya Integrated Transport Project, the National Highway, the state roads, which had been implemented and is still ongoing work, uncompleted work. I must sincerely thank the government for the road from Nongstoin to Mawait, which is ongoing. And I'm happy too that the government had sanctioned and tendered the remaining road from Mawait to Nongjiri amounting to 361 crore. This road will boost the economic income of our people. I also must thank the government and especially our Deputy Chief Minister for taking recognition and important the road from Sopian to Nongstoin. And in livelihoods and rural economy, the Governor address rightly highlights strengthening agriculture, self-help group, and rural enterprise, empowering the farmers, supporting women-led self-help groups, encouraging small businesses are essential steps towards self-reliance. These policies ensure that development reach villages, not just towns. The CM assured, which my colleague had rightly said, that have protected over 13,000 broomgrass farmers from price fluctuation, various program interventions and schemes which the government had supported the farmers. The growth and the increase in the number of SNG, as of today we stand at 53,000 self-help groups had been formed. This shows that the government is keen to improve the livelihoods of our dear women. When we talk about youth empowerment and employment, Mr. Deputy Speaker, sir, the government have focused on youth in particular is commendable. Investment in skill development, entrepreneurship promotion, sport infrastructure, employment generation schemes demonstrate that the government understands the aspiration of our young people. When our youth do not want sympathy, they want opportunity. The government policy gives directions them to that opportunity. Some of the government initiatives that undertake in the skill development, the government focus on the youth empowerment reflects through the numbers of training providers. We have around 119 training providers, 681 training centers targeting 35,000 youths across 149 trades in the last year alone. To encourage the youth to become entrepreneurs, schemes like Prime, CM Elevates, and so many schemes that the governments in the question 135 in the star question, we have seen so many schemes which the government focus on the youth for employment and self-employment. The Chief Minister Youth Exchange Program aims to provide exposure and training, learning opportunities to our young people. The Yes Meghalaya, the Chief Minister Meghalaya Grassroots Music Program, Hello Meghalaya, Meghalaya Film Tourism Policy 2025, Overseas Placement and Initiative. If all this program and initiative of the government were implemented effectively, it can reduce unemployment and transform our democratic strength into economic strength. In sports, various activities and initiatives that the government had taken and various sports infrastructure across the state, be the artificial turf. I think it's the first government that have to get the maximum artificial turf across the states. And one of the most important, in 2025, the government gave recognitions to our sport persons and give them the importance. As my friend had already said, the Maukanu Sport Complex, 730 crores. The Outstanding Sport Person Direct Appointment Policy 2025, which had introduced to provide job security and to encourage our sports lovers in the states that there is an opportunity if we achieve and bring laurels to our states. I also must thank the government, especially in the mining, being in a place where coal is a main source of our livelihood. By issued 4 scientific mining license, we wish that to revive the economic of a coal and a miner in my constituency, Maushin Road constituency, and the West Castle, and even in the states as a whole. But, sir, I would like to request many of the stakeholders would not be able to take 100 hectares of land, as many of the stakeholders would like to reduce the, as per requested, what 4 hectares. But if it can be changed, cannot be 4 hectares, at least 10 hectares, many will be able to get the scientific mining. Regarding the healthcare and education, the government had given strong importance to healthcare expansion and quality education, upgrading of hospitals, strengthening primary health, improvement medical service will directly improve the quality life of our people. Similarly, investment in schools, teachers' capacity, education infrastructure ensure that our next generation is equipped for the future. In health department, I must thank the government for making the maternity and child hospital at Nongstoin operationalized and wait for inauguration. I also must thank the government for Nongkanjang PHC, which the work is going on. The percentage of the secondary and high secondary school student in 2005 is commendable. I must appreciate the government commitment that every child is important. We can proudly acknowledge the operationalize of the Captain William Sud State University, the Shillong Government College of Engineering, Shillong Medical College. Education and health are not expenditure, but they are investment. But, sir, I must also speak about my constituency. Many of my people would also love to see that their representatives speak about the constituency. I must thank the government for various development activities, be it road, health, education, and infrastructure for the Nongstoin. But Nongstoin, being a headquarter of the West Castle, is transitioning from traditional town into a developing urban. To strengthen as a modern town required government policy and initiative. To convert into a tourist destination, it required beautification of Nongstoin, be it on roads or infrastructure. The riverfront development and beautification of Wat Nondeng and Wat Nonba. The District Museum and Cultural Center to preserve the heritage of West Kasil people and to serve as a tourist stopover point. A smart urban planning to create a public recreation center or parking facilities at the market. Answer, Deputy Speaker, West Kasil needs primary processing center for indigenous crops like ginger, broom, grass, organic vegetable to prevent post-harvest loss. Also, Deputy Speaker, we require organic certification hubs, streamlining organic certification for local farmers to tap into a high-value export market. A solid waste management, a dedicated waste processing plant to handle towns, increasing waste, moving away from dumping to a segregated location. Mr. Deputy Speaker, sir, the government policy reflects inclusive, people-centric governance. What is the most important is effective implementation, timely monitoring, and accountability so that these good policies translate into visible outcome.
Please one up your discussion, sir, since it's already 10 minutes.
30 seconds, sir. With confidence in the government direction and commitments to development, I wholeheartedly support the motion of thanks. Some sees positive approach to the government program, but some sees negative approach. But I firmly believe in this government, to the Chief Minister, to the team of the Cabinet, to bring our state forward, to bring about economic transformation, to build a stronger and a more prosperous Meghalaya. With this submission, sir, I shall resume my seat. Thank you.